So normally I do the Divine Masculine reading first, and then I do the Divine Feminine. But I feel with all the energies happening right now, all the things that are going on, I don't know why there's this there. Put this there maybe. Okay. I feel like it's going to be, I wanted to do the Divine Feminine reading today because I think it's important for all of you to know and understand what's happening energetically for you and your connection and what's happening in your lives, because I feel like I'm going to do the Divine Masculine reading tomorrow, but I feel like there's this popping off that's going to happen. We all feel it. It's going to happen globally. It's going to happen. But for the Twin Flame Collective, the Divine Connection Collective, I want to focus on that. For the Divine Feminines, I think we're going to all have a bunch of tower moments, but not the kind of tower moments that we've been having, because we had all those. We cracked the vessel. We became more conscious. We woke up. I feel like the tower moments that we're going to have are going to be ones that remind us that miracles exist. I really believe that. I am not blowing smoke up your butt. The masculines, however, are going to be experiencing the kind of tower moments that crack the vessel open and bring them back into their consciousness. And we're going to be feeling a lot of the fear. I feel like there's so much fear and worry and all these wounding things coming up. And I really feel like do what you got to do with them. But I feel for those of you who have been, on this merry-go-round for a while, it's actually more important for you to find balance, grounding, and connect to source, connect to your soul, connect to the heart, than it is for you to figure out your problems. I'm going to tell you, because I feel like for most of us, trying to figure out our problems just feels like we're almost circling the drain. It's such an interesting energy. And for those of us who have stepped into surrender, I'm 100%, I feel the fear, I deal with it, I face it, and I'm like, is there anything for me to do? If not, I just let go. And it feels really weird. I'm a doer. I like to do things. I like to get things. I like to be active. I like to fix things, if you will. And that's just not happening at this time, because it's not time yet. But I know that things are coming. Things are about to pop off in a really good way. And so in a lot of ways, I'm waiting for that to happen, but I'm not. I'm just kind of going about my life, doing what I got to do, being productive when I feel inspired. Otherwise, just tapping out. It's so funny because some of the people that I talk to, and I feel this way too, it's like, I don't really feel inspired to do anything, or if I'm inspired to do it, it's kind of like meh when I go to do it. And I think that's just because we're not meant to do anything. We're meant to be in a state of being and do what you can to get there. And it's not an exact science. It's not going to be do these 4 steps for everybody. I think everybody's just going to have to lean into it. So with the Divine Feminine Collective, I want to look at a few aspects, and of course there's going to be an extended in the Patreon. So if you're watching on Patreon, just keep watching. It's the full video. If you're on YouTube or TikTok, or we're invited from Instagram, the link is in my description or in my bio about how you can get to Patreon to watch the extended. You'll have access to all the extended videos for the full 30 days that you sign up, and you can cancel at any time. But I want to look at the overall, what's happening energetically. I want to look at what's trying to make its way out of the Divine Feminine Collective. Also, perhaps what this tower moment is centered around, what these towers are that are going to help us. Some of you might be feeling the eclipse energy already, and the liftoff of the new astrological year. So I kind of want to see what we're feeling and sensing, if there's anything we can do about it, what we need to know about our connections with our person, and what we need to know about our lives. I feel for the Divine Feminine, there's just going to be this expansiveness of the individual. And it doesn't mean the connection isn't manifesting in the physical. It just means that it's sort of a supporting actor instead of being the lead actor in our lives. You know what I mean? Okay. So overall energy, I'm going to pull these cards quick so I can get within that 10-minute range, and then it'll be the extended after that. But overall, for the Divine Feminines in the Twin Flame Collective, what do we have? 100%. This is like, I see us all crossing the finish line. Like, you can't make that up. This is, even though I understand you're feeling sensitive, you're feeling past fears, you're feeling the fears of the world right now, I don't believe you have anything to fear, Divine Feminines. I don't believe that. I believe that this is very much happening in your favor. Whatever it is, if things are coming up, let them go. Just let them go. Okay. Let's look at, what were the categories I gave anyways? I think it was like, okay, let's do the what do you need to know overall about your connection? Yeah, it's not going to be a focal priority. And I say that it's always going to be a consistent in your life because it's meant to be, but it's not going to feel the same. It's not going to be and it's not from a place of cutting it off and being like, I don't want to have anything to do with this. It's not serving me. It's there. But it's more of I have faith in this and I don't need to worry about it anymore. I'm not responsible for it. I'm just leaning into my life and loving myself and living the best, whatever it is. There's something that just shifts, I think. But I will extend on that, how it's going to play out, what it's going to look like, why there's a decrease now when it hasn't been a decrease over the past how many years, right? Okay, what is the overall, yes, the stuff that we need to let go of. What is, interesting. Letting go, okay, we had letting go, which, okay, we get that source. However, we also have, interestingly, optimism, okay? Letting go of this distorted version of positivity, letting go of this concept that we can mess anything up, letting go of whatever barking dogs our subconscious narrative is feeding us. But there's letting go of thinking that our life is in the future. Like, do you see how she's looking out into the field, into possibility, into the future? The miracles are now, and we're going to start witnessing them. Okay. I feel like, what do we got around this miracle energy? What do we got around this miracle energy that I keep picking up on? Interesting. We've got a consciousness of lack and a loving man, as if you need a loving man to help you feel less scarcity or less scarce or less value. You need, here's the interesting thing. We've got a commitment. This is so bizarre, but bear with me. It's almost like, and I struggled with this myself, so there's no judgment here, just so you know. It's like there's so many divine feminines in the collective that need validation from their person in order to trust themselves. And that's because we've been conditioned to prove what we know to be true. But I feel like there's something popping off this whole, we feel the love of our person. That's why we keep being drawn to them. We keep being called in. But it's actually love that breaks down the consciousness of lack. It's not the actual physical person. So there's something with that. And I fully believe, here's what's interesting. And I talked about this before. There's nothing wrong with having affirmation and validation. It's when you're seeking it out as if it's the only thing that can make you feel fulfilled. But I said this back in December. I said, if your masculine came into your life and showed up when you least expected them to, because no one's ever really shown up for you, it would change everything you feel about yourself. Make no mistake, there's going to be communication. There's going to be communication coming. I don't think it's full physical union, but it is going to shift your narrative about everything. And I truly believe that. Those of you watching, thank you. The link's in the bio. Keep watching if you're on Patreon. Have a good day.